Imagine this. You're a paramedic. Your life dedicated to pulling people back from the brink. The air is always thick with tension, the wail of the siren a constant soundtrack. This is Daniel's world. But lately, something strange has been happening. Something that defies his years of medical training. It started subtly, a sudden sharp spike in his own heart rate, a jolt of electricity that had nothing to do with the chaos around him. He'd glance at his own monitor, puzzled. And then, seconds later, the patient's monitor would flatline, an alarm would scream, chaos would erupt. But Daniel was already moving, already reaching for the defibrillator paddles. His hands steady, his mind eerily calm. He was ahead of the curve, ahead of the machines. He saved a woman from a massive coronary, shocking her back to life a split second before the team even realized her heart had stopped. Another time, a young boy having an asthma attack. Daniel felt a tightening in his own chest, a phantom shortness of breath, and just knew, they needed to administer epinephrine immediately, long before the boy's oxygen levels plummeted into the danger zone. His successes were piling up, but so were the strange looks from his colleagues. His partner, Chloe, pulled him aside one day. "How are you doing this, Daniel? It's like you're seeing the future." He just shrugged, unable to explain the chilling premonitions. The way his own heart seemed to be screaming a warning just before disaster struck. He was a hero, but he was also becoming an enigma, a source of worry for his superiors. How could he explain that his own body was the most advanced diagnostic tool in the ambulance? He couldn't, not yet. He felt isolated, his life-saving gift feeling more like a strange, lonely curse. Driven by a need to understand, Daniel's off-duty hours transformed. His apartment, once a sanctuary from the relentless stress of his job, became a research hub. He dove headfirst into a world he barely knew existed, a world where science meets the mystical. He devoured articles on neurocardiology, the heart-brain connection, and the intrinsic cardiac nervous system. He learned that the heart isn't just a simple pump, a metronome for the body. It's a complex information processing center with its own little brain, a network of around 40,000 neurons, just like the ones in our head. This was a revelation. He saw intricate diagrams showing how the heart communicates with the brain, sending a constant stream of signals up the vagus nerve. It wasn't a one-way street, with the brain telling the heart what to do. The heart was talking back. It was sending information about the body, about the environment, and maybe, just maybe, about things science couldn't yet measure. He discovered the concept of heart-brain coherence. It's a state of perfect synchronization, where the rhythms of your heart, mind, and emotions are in beautiful harmony. When you're in coherence, your heart sends a smooth, sine wave-like signal to your brain. This signal enhances cognitive function, calms emotional turmoil, and creates a state of deep intuition. He learned simple breathing techniques to achieve this state. Inhaling for 5 seconds, exhaling for 5 seconds, focusing on the area around his heart. He started practicing, turning his apartment into a laboratory of one. He'd sit in the quiet, breathing, feeling the chaotic rhythm of his anxious heart gradually smoothed out into a powerful, steady beat. He was learning to listen, not just with his ears, but with his entire being. He was starting to translate the frantic, mysterious language of his heart into something he could understand, something he could control. One evening, after a grueling 14-hour shift, Daniel collapsed in his kitchen. A searing pain shot through his chest, stealing his breath. He knew the signs instantly. The crushing pressure, the radiating ache down his left arm. He was having a heart attack. He managed to crawl to his phone, dialing for an ambulance. His own voice a strained whisper relaying his symptoms and location with a chilling professional calm. But he knew help was minutes away, and minutes were a lifetime. Panic began to set in, a cold, terrifying wave. His heart was hammering erratically, a chaotic drumbeat of fear. He felt himself slipping, the edges of his vision going dark. This was it. The irony was suffocating. The paramedic who saved others couldn't save himself. But then, through the fog of pain and terror, a thought surfaced, clear as a bell. Coherence, breathing. He closed his eyes, ignoring the agony. He forced himself to focus. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The pain was immense, but he pictured that smooth, calm wave. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He imagined his heart, not as a malfunctioning muscle, but as a partner. He sent it feelings of appreciation, of gratitude, for every beat it had ever given him. Inhale, gratitude. Exhale, calm, slowly. Miraculously, the chaotic rhythm began to steady. The frantic hammering softened into a more regular, albeit strained, beat. The crushing pressure eased, just slightly. He was still in incredible danger, but he had bought himself time. He had wrestled back a sliver of control from the edge of the abyss. When the paramedics, his own colleagues, burst through the door, they found him conscious. Pale and sweating, but alive. On the way to the hospital, his friend looked at the monitor, then at Daniel, his eyes wide with disbelief. Daniel's heart rhythm, while still showing the damage of a major cardiac event, was remarkably stable. "How did you?" his friend started to ask. Daniel just gave a weak smile. In the sterile white of the hospital room, as he began the slow road to recovery, the full truth dawned on him. His heart wasn't a fortune teller. It wasn't magic. It was a receiver, an antenna of incredible sensitivity. It picked up on the subtle energetic fields around him, the invisible shifts in the emotional and physical state of his patients, and translated that information into a physical sensational warning. His gift wasn't a curse, it was a deeper connection. He understood now. The heart is not just a pump that pushes blood, it's a messenger, a guardian, a compass for our intuition. It whispers secrets to those who learn how to listen. And in learning its language, Daniel had not only saved countless others, he had finally saved himself. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more journeys into the amazing world within us. Stay curious and listen to your heart.